Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, Clearview AI is building a deepfake detection tool, and the Trump administration is planning an expansion of its U.S. quantum strategy. It's Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Now let's dive into the day's top headlines. Clearview AI, the facial recognition company that scrapes the internet for images of people's faces for its database, is building a tool to deal with an emerging problem: AI-generated faces. In comments to FedScoop, Hal Lambert, the company's co-CEO, said Clearview AI is dealing with the problem by building a new tool for detecting these manipulated images for its customers, many of whom are federal law enforcement agencies. Lambert was named co-CEO of the company earlier this year after the company board voted to replace its original top executive. Clearview AI has collected billions of images from the internet, including from social media accounts that are set to public, according to the company. The company has also created a database of those images and made it available to a wide range of customers, including U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the government of Ukraine, and law enforcement officials that seek to identify victims of child pornography. Clearview AI has also sold the tool to police departments. The company touts its facial recognition efficacy scores from the National Institute of Standards and Technology. However, deepfakes could make building tools like Clearview AI's more complicated. Right now, deepfakes, or images that are edited or enhanced with artificial intelligence, haven't been a major problem for the company, Lambert told FedScoop. Still, the company is developing a tool that is supposed to tag images that might be AI-generated, with the goal of having it ready for customers by the end of the year. Deepfakes have proliferated since generative artificial intelligence tools were widely released by companies like OpenAI and Google, and they present a challenge to companies that aim to train facial recognition models on the internet or build an accurate database of identities based on images available publicly online. Privacy and civil liberty advocates have long-standing concerns with Clearview AI, including the American Civil Liberties Union and the Electronic Privacy Information Center. Lawmakers have also made the case that Clearview AI's approach could endanger people's privacy and asked federal agencies to stop using the tool. Lambert, however, claimed that there was no way for law enforcement agencies to hook the tool up to a live surveillance feed, and that it's simply public data that's used in the database. Now moving on to other news, the Trump administration is signaling to industry and its allies that it's considering a broader set of actions related to quantum computing, both to improve the nation's capacity to defend against future quantum-enabled hacks and ensure the United States promotes and maintains global dominance around a key national security technology. The discussions include potentially taking significant executive action, such as one or more executive orders, a national plan similar to the AI Action Plan issued earlier this year, and a possible mandate for federal agencies to move up their timelines for migrating to post-quantum protections, multiple sources told CyberScoop. None of those sources that spoke with CyberScoop could provide a definitive timeline for an official rollout, but multiple executives in the quantum computing industry and former national security officials said the White House has signaled serious interest in taking bolder action to promote and shape the development of the technology. Some felt official announcements could come as soon as this week, while others cautioned the process could stretch into the coming months. While quantum computers capable of breaking through classical encryption currently remain a theoretical threat, both government and industry have spent years planning for the day when the threat becomes real. A major element of the plan has been slowly switching out older encryption algorithms in IT infrastructure for newer post-quantum algorithms over the span of more than a decade. One quantum executive, citing direct conversations with the government, said, quote, "Everyone in the quantum industry from a policy standpoint has been told some variation of the message that the White House wants to do for quantum what they did for AI in July," unquote. A key component of one or perhaps multiple executive orders is language that would accelerate the deadline for federal agencies' post-quantum migrations from 2035 to 2030. The executive, speaking on condition of anonymity to avoid jeopardizing their relationship with the government, said the effort is being led by the White House's Office of Science and Technology Policy and the Department of Commerce. Commerce Deputy Secretary Paul Dabar, a former Department of Energy official during President Donald Trump's first term, who co-founded and led his own quantum networking technology company during the Biden years, is driving a lot of this, the source said. And it's not just industry that has received the message. A former official at the Department of Homeland Security who works with the Trump administration confirmed that they also have been advised of upcoming action and that officials at OSTP and the Office of Management and Budget have been particularly aggressive about moving forward. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit FedScoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back tomorrow with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, as always, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.